Good evening. My name is Christy. I'm delighted to welcome you to my channel. In today's video, we are looking at another topic, abandonment. And as usual, I looked it up and I found this. Abandonment has been described as an act of leaving a person or thing permanently and completely, the act of intentionally and permanently giving up, surrendering, relinquishing property, premises, right of way, contract rights, a spouse, even children. A deserter is the one that abandons. My question is, are you a deserter? And deserters are all over in every facet of life. When you abandon your duty post, you're a deserter. When you have abandoned the ones that were listed earlier on, and the list is endless, you are a deserter. So the question is, are you a deserter? A synonym of abandonment is neglect. Yes, neglect. And we have said that deserters are all over the place, every facet of life. However, our own area of interest primarily it has to do with interpersonal relationships. Yes. For instance, in a relationship, one or a partner neglected the other one. The partner has neglected the other partner, when there is lack of attention, lack of communication from the deserter to the other one that has been abandoned, has been deserted. This will include not actively engaging with one another, not listening to the other. Usually the deserter that would not actively engage with the person being deserted, would not listen to the person being deserted. That is, the deserter is the initiator of this process of abandonment. He doesn't care about the other person's concerns. He's not showing interest in the other person's life, beliefs, or may give sloppy, shoddy attention. It's as bad as having abandoned the person. True. Sometimes the deserter may not have walked away, may not have left the vicinity of the person being deserted or being abandoned, may not have left or walked away, but you have been absent-minded. You're just looking through that person, that fellow, as if he or she is not there, is not present. That is as devastating, if not worse, than you haven't left completely. At least the person knows that you have left, you're no longer there, you're no longer around. But when you're still there, but you're looking through that person as if that person is not available, is not there, is not present, it's as terrible as, if not worse, than if you had walked away. And there could be tiring consequences on the part of the person at the receiving end, the person that has been abandoned or deserted. It could lead to depression. Of course, there will be anxiety. because this fellow, being abandoned, does not even know how to start, where to start the process of terminating this abandonment. So it could generate anxiety, it could lead to depression, even mental instability. You know. So let's look at abandonment, neglect from the deserter's viewpoint. After all, he is the initiator of this process of abandonment, of neglect. My own take is that the deserter should at least sit the other person down and have a discussion, a sincere discussion with that fellow. Now, look, I have to move ahead. Prefer reasons. It will make the other person feel better. You know, why you would have to just move on. And it's always better that the person at the receiving end learn this from you directly instead of learning it from a third party, because the person being deserted may feel that he or she has been mocked, ridiculed. But if he or she hears it directly from you, you're sincere about what you're getting across, why you have to move on and all. It's better. It's still painful, but at least it can still be better managed. But I find that many deserters are so afraid to discuss this because they don't want to be dissuaded. They've already made up their mind that this abandonment must pull through. So they don't want to be dissuaded at all. So they're afraid that in the process of discussing it, some things could change their mind and they don't want to. They're just sealed. They want to just move on. So that's one reason. Another reason is, especially the ones that neglect, they remain in that space, but they are absent minded, they are sloppy, and very shoddy in engaging with the other person. Those ones is a different ball game because they could be greedy. There could be something that they are enjoying in that particular space which they don't want to miss. So they want to eat their cake and have it. So they are not staying because they are absent-minded and they are somewhere else all at the same time. Those ones, I don't know what to make of them. I don't know what to make of them because they are not going to function normally in that space. They rather be in the other place. But like I said, there's something they're still benefiting from here. That's why they don't want to walk away completely, permanently. So, behooves on the person being deserted to make a decision, painful, but you have to ensure that you safeguard your mental stability. So it's important. If it's something you cannot do all by yourself, like I always say, please reach out for help. A counselor, therapist, just make sure you reach out for help. Because like I always say, do not damage yourself. And do not allow anything to damage you mentally, socially, in every area of life. So it's important. So we have been able to identify two categories or two types of deserters now. The ones that their minds are made up. They are living at that state. And so they don't want to discuss it. So additional information or whatever will not change their mind. They are already out. And then the second category, those ones who are greedy, who are still enjoying certain benefits. And that's why they're absent minded, they're shoddy, they're there, but they're not there. They would rather be the other place, but because of what they're still enjoying here, they remain there and make life unbearable for the person being deserted. They don't care whether life is unbearable for the person being deserted. They are greedy, selfish, and all cruel. So those are the two categories of deserters. And then the persons being deserted too, they're the ones they too they are in some categories. The ones who can brace up and take decisions, painful, but at least they take decisions, pick up themselves, and move ahead quickly with their lives without being damaged. And then they are the second category of the persons being deserted, who are slow to pick up themselves. In fact, they are so attached, they are so clingy. And then in the process, if proper care is not taken, they can lapse into depression, into mental instability, which I always talk against. Please, if you fall in the second category, quickly reach out for help. A counselor, like we said before, therapists, so that you come out even better, stronger from that experience. I We're going to be citing examples in my next video, and I hope that you'd drop your comments under the comment section, and we can talk about that and share some experiences in my next video, and I'll paint some pictures so that I'll be able to relate very well with this topic. I thank you very much for your time and for listening to me. I hope to see you very soon. Thank you and enjoy the evening. Bye.